Hey, good morning. In today's video, it is day one of our chicken coop tower build.
Hey, if you're new to our channel, we're two rebels off grid. We sold our house, sold everything, and now we're up here building a chicken tower. Alrighty then. So, this is going to be the chicken dwelling. This is going to be their entire property. I put a boundary around here to tell the chickens they can't go past that. So, cleared it out, got as much of the brush and the sticks out as possible, pushed them aside, and now Keri and I are up here gonna try to eyeball this and see where the best place to put the tower is, because remember, we need a cistern that's going to be at a certain height in relationship to the roof lines of the chicken run and the chicken tower. Yes, that's what we're up here doing. We got to find center, and then we're going to do a radius circle, spray paint that section, and go from there. What do you think about this spot?
Yeah, that's good.
This is going to determine where I come down and try to scrape it to the kaliche. And you know I'm close because the kaliche's right there.
63 feet wide to get 200 square feet in a circle.
So if we go 10 feet, 10, I like this that it's holding on.
Yeah.
So there, and then, well, I thought I was going to need a string, but I got this. Oh! Yeah.
All right, so we got our chicken coop, our Hyperadobe chicken coop tower marked out. So we've never seen a video on building a Hyperadobe chicken coop tower or Hyperadobe chicken coop for that matter. So we've marked out our circle. It's 20 feet wide, and we're taking into account that this is the very exterior of the chicken coop tower, and the bags, once we lay them, that will be the outside edge of the bag. So we're going to lose a little bit coming in because the bags, they are about, I think they're about 16 inches once they're full. So we'll lose a couple feet, so it'll make it a nice size in here. And this is just the first step in going ahead and starting this project. The reason why we marked this out is because why, Doug? What are you planning on doing for?
Because we need to put the placement for gravity, basically. We need to know, like, we put the tower down lower because we know that our plumbing has to come out about a foot off the ground at least.
Yep.
And that means our cistern will probably go right here, and the rest will be the run up on the hill, and that's going to have a roof on it. So gravity feed into the cistern, the tower will feed into the cistern, and then we'll run pipe for a drip feeding for the chickens.
Yep. So we put the tower, maybe you can tell in the video, but we're on a slight slope, which is perfect because we're rainwater collecting off the roof of this tower. And like you said, it's going to feed into the cistern. So we need the roof of the tower to be taller than the top of the cistern. So that part should be easy. And actually, I think we were talking about how tall should this thing be. And I think we've decided the cistern is going to kind of decide that for us. So we're going to go ahead with our marking, and we're going to mark out where the cistern's going to go and where the run's going to go. Here's what I think is we have a door here going into the coop. We have a wall that splits it so that we can put a water line in that services both sides of the smaller sides, and then comes back and does a bigger one for this area. So we can access the barnyard mix from here, and then to access these two, we have a door that goes, or it can be right here actually, a human door to the coop, And then we have a small chicken door here for these guys to come out, and a small, oh, but to get the barnyard mix out there.
All right, so before we get too far into this project, I've been up here for 2 days excavating. You saw us spray paint our initial building spot where the tower is going to be, our earth bag chicken house is going to be. And what you're looking at here is stone that I encircled the entire chicken run with. And that's probably going to overgrow one day and you'll never see it again. But this here, if you notice, it's like an L, or in permaculture they call that a boomerang. So this boomerang shape has a purpose. Its purpose is to catch all the water that's going to come down this slope and from the top of this hill and soak into this berm, this boomerang berm. And you can see we bought a Palo Verde tree. We got it really cheap, got a really good deal on it. And we are going to plant this into this pile, but I'm also going to put stone around here and then backfill it with dirt. So that tree should be really happy considering there's bedrock underneath it, about 2 feet underneath that. And here is what we've been doing is you can notice these white scuff marks. That's the kaliche. So I was able to get down to that with the tractor. And now I'm gonna come back up here with my generator, my jackhammer, and rebar, and some silicone. And we're gonna we're gonna install some rebar. And after that, we'll do a lime process of putting down a foundation here so that the water that does come down here, we'll put a gutter of lime so that the water will shed around the building instead of going under it. But I just wanted to mention this before I get too far into this project and we have to apologize for not having any video. All right, so the idea, or what I'm gonna do up here now that I've got it down to the kaliche, is take rebar, or actually take my jackhammer and puncture some holes into the kaliche and insert some 14-inch rebar into it. I got this silicone concrete stuff. Maybe we'll list it in the description exactly what it is, but you put the silicone in and it makes the rebar adhere to stone or any kind of masonry basically. So I'm going to start jackhammering some holes in this mountain and get going, because this is what's going to hold those first initial earth bags to the stone floor that we got here. I've got some tricks. Don't do this at home, kids. Like I said, that's definitely not OSHA approved and probably super dangerous to do, but you know, don't do this yourself, and if you do it, definitely don't say you got it from me. All right, so we've got rebar in the ground, so I'm saying about 7 inches probably. sunk into bedrock. There's a couple that just hit some loose rock, but I'm not too concerned about that. So I've got this stuff called Loctite PL Max for strongest, most durable, 100% solid. It's made for masonry. I figure you saw me use that jackhammer to put this rebar in. It's pretty solid, right? But this is going to add some extra strength. It'll bond to the stone that's around it, and it's overkill. It is a chicken coop, but you know, we're going to give this stuff a shot, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not too concerned. This chicken house will probably weigh 5 tons, if not more, when it's finished, so I don't think it's really going anywhere. This is just a extra measure, you know. All right, so this is probably the end of this video. Did quite a bit here. We got our silicone in, rebar in. We found our area that we're gonna build up upon. Got it down to the kaliche. A lot of work done here, even though it just looks like a bunch of pegs sticking out of the ground. But I'm gonna retire the jackhammer. I'm going to bring all these tools that I brought down, and coming soon, I'm going to do a limestone sand foundation for this thing, just so that it's all about the water, guys.